Think about the last time you made a decision, but not just any decision. Think about a major decision that completely changed the course of your life. Did you agonize over this decision, wondering if you were making the correct choice? Well, when it comes to the major decisions in life, there is one strategy that can help. It's a mental model called regret minimization framework that is often used by Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Bezos used the regret minimization framework to help build his trillion-dollar company and also make pivotal decisions throughout his life. So in this video, I will talk about this mental model and 4 lessons you can learn by applying this strategy to your life. Now be sure to watch this whole video to the end, because I will also provide a free resource you can use to take action on this positive habit. And finally, if you enjoy the content of this video, then please help us out by taking a few seconds to hit the like button. Okay, let's start with a quick definition. What is the regret minimization framework? In 1994, Jeff Bezos was living comfortably in New York City, working at D.E. Shaw & Company, a worldwide investment management and technology development firm. However, he had an idea. The internet was becoming increasingly popular at the time, and Bezos thought it would be a good time to penetrate the online market in some way. So he approached his boss with the idea of selling books online. In response, his boss told him to take 48 hours to really think about it. As Bezos was already successful in his current career, Bezos took the time suggested by his boss to contemplate his decision. It was the middle of the year, so quitting his job now would mean giving up his annual bonus. However, what if it was the best time to jump into online sales before the market becomes saturated? Herein lies the trade-off. At this point, Bezos decided to adopt a mental framework of regret minimization. He did this by envisioning himself at 80 years old looking back on his life. What could he do to minimize his chances of living with regrets? He decided that if he tried and failed, he wouldn't regret it. However, if he didn't try, he would definitely regret his decision. As Bezos put it, "I knew that when I was 80, I was not going to regret having tried participating in this thing called the internet that I thought was going to be a really big deal. I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret that, but I might regret not trying." Luckily for Bezos, his decision paid off, and his judgment to follow this specific mental model was extremely successful. The framework Bezos used required him to ask himself one question: when I'm 80, am I going to regret trying this? And if you choose to use this mental model as well, you should frequently ask yourself this question whenever you're faced with a tough choice. Like it did for Jeff Bezos, asking yourself this question can help you turn a seemingly difficult decision into a simple one. As he said, "I knew that not trying would haunt me every day, and so when I thought about it that way, it was an incredibly easy decision." Now, if you want to apply this strategy to any major decision you need to make, then here are 4 lessons from the regret minimization framework. 1. Think beyond right now. Using the regret minimization framework forces you to think past the present moment. It can make all of your current fears and doubts become seemingly irrelevant in the long run. Instead, by fast-forwarding your mindset into the future, you're able to assess things from a greater perspective, which can help you see the decision from a whole new vantage point. 2. Live your life true to yourself. If possible, don't become tied down to the life that other people expect you to live. For instance, if you come from 3 generations of lawyers, that doesn't mean that is your required destiny also. Instead, remain true to your values and ideals, and chase after your dreams as much as you can. It's important to live your own life rather than someone else's. Pursue the things that actually matter to you instead of what other people tell you should be important to you. Consider your passions and the causes that you care about. Once you can determine these, organize your life around them. Living in line with your values will help you achieve true happiness. And if you want to learn more about this topic, then we'll link to an article that details the 12-step process for identifying your true purpose in life. 3. Don't set yourself up to have regrets. Another great mental model is the one discussed by Bonnie Ware in her book, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. In 2012, this Australian palliative nurse documented what she found through her experience with talking to dying patients. Ware found that the most common regret among people at the end of their lives was leaving their dreams unfulfilled. Most of Ware's patients reportedly left over half of their dreams unattempted and finished out their lives knowing their biggest regret was due to their own lack of action. Minimizing this sense of regret by pursuing your dreams while you're still in good health is more valuable than you may realize until you no longer have the chance. 4. Living a mediocre life won't result in fulfillment. When it comes to making the big decisions of abandoning your current comfortable situation in order to pursue an uncertain path, you will likely have a variety of doubts. What if this all goes wrong? Is it a bad idea to leave certainty and live a life of uncertainty? What if I end up not even liking this new choice? There is no doubt these questions are scary. But remember, they're all stemming from a short-term frame of mind, which is what Bezos was able to move past. Altering your mindset to consider your potential future regrets forces you to address the more important question of what will happen if I don't quit. Instead of thinking about what could go wrong in the next year or two if you follow through with your big decision, try projecting yourself into the future and think more about what you could miss out on in the next 20+ years if you don't take the necessary steps to follow your heart. Starting a new and uncertain path is hard, but it's a different type of hard than settling for mediocrity in life. It's a challenge that comes with a potential reward. Try projecting yourself into the future and think more about what you could miss out on, instead of thinking about what could go wrong in the next year or two if you follow through with your big decision. Just remember that you're the one who has to ultimately make these hard life decisions. Having external support from friends, family, and your environment is an advantage, but you're ultimately on your own. You're the one who is either taking action or staying in a mediocre situation. It's impossible to reduce the amount of uncertainty that comes along with making hard life decisions. You don't always know your odds ahead of time. But if you use the regret minimization framework by projecting yourself to the end of your life and considering your potential regrets, then you might discover what's truly important for your long-term goals. So with that in mind, let's talk about the free tool that I promised in the introduction of this video. On our blog, we have a completely free goal template you can use to identify the biggest long-term goal in your life and take action on it. The link to this template is in the description box of this video. Finally, if you want to take immediate action on the process that you just learned, then click and watch our video on the 11 self-made millionaire habits that can change your life.